Greetings pilots, we're back with more news. In this video you'll find out about the forthcoming update 1.8.3 and we'll lift the veil over some features of update 1.9. The summer update will bring a significant change to the visuals of our game. We have added atmospheric scattering technology to our client graphics system. It's very different from the one we used before, and will allow us to make the scene more realistic by simulating how the light scatters in the atmosphere when it passes through layers of air. Now we are able to show changes in lighting that are relative to the angles of the sun's rays and to the horizon, the time of day, light hue and sun height, amongst other variables. One of the most noticeable changes will be an almost lifelike atmospheric perspective. Simply put, this technology enables us to display map scale and volume realistically by changing the arc of the horizon depending on the altitude of the aircraft. The El Haluf map is known to every player in the game. Tier 1 planes clash in battles there. It's one of our oldest maps and needed a rework to bring it up to the same standard as later ones. Changes are centered on two aspects. First of all, using new rendering technology, we managed to increase the overall map size to 14 km. El Haluf looks far vaster now. But, since the lower tier aircraft are quite slow, we have the game zone size unchanged. Secondly, the landscape has changed significantly. We added more hills to make the map more interesting. New landscape will split the players into two streams. This will add tactical variety since the teams won't be gathering in a single spot right from the start of the battle. The initial concept of this location was to create another purely American map that will be as characteristic and recognisable as the plateau. As a basic reference, we picked the Hoover Dam in the USA on the Arizona-Nevada border. Unlike most of our maps, landscape on the dam is inclined. The dam itself is placed much higher than the main part of the map. We created staircases for the attack aircraft that will enable them to climb upwards without stalling. At the same time, the dam is first and foremost a map for dogfights. There are no crevices or ridges that would serve as hiding places. The map is mostly open and encourages players to choose aggressive tactics. Spawning points are spread out over the whole front so that players will have a choice, either separate and attack individually, or regroup and strike as a team. Lockheed XP-58. This new heavy fighter from the USA tech tree is an epitome of all the best features of the Lightning branch. First of all, it has great firepower. Chain Lightning's four 37mm cannons have high DPS and slow overheating time for its class. Despite the relatively low projectile velocity, hitting targets is quite easy due to very small spread. With such armament, as well as durable boost and good maximum speed, the XP-58 is great at fast run tactics. A strong thrust-to-weight ratio and rate of climb allow this machine to evade less speedy pursuers. Plus, the Chain Lightning is quite comfortable at manoeuvring hard against faster enemies. And don't forget that its turrets have great shooting angles. There will be an unpleasant surprise to anyone who tries to sneak up the XP-58 from behind. To summarise, the Chain Lightning is a great aircraft for dogfights. Forgiving and fun to play, it opens up a lot of tactical choices. Bell XFL-1 Airabonita. We put a lot of effort into rebalancing this aircraft. Its main stats haven't been changed since the time of the game release, and it's become quite outdated compared to the machines added to the game since then. Almost every flight parameter has been changed to increase control while piloting. Energy conservation in manoeuvres has been significantly increased, which makes the Bonita much easier to fly. The powerful 37mm cannon is now more accurate, and was changed to shoot short salvos with low cooldown times. This increased effectiveness in rapid engagements, coupled with improved stall characteristics, enables the aircraft to deal significant damage after getting up close and personal with enemies. Arado 197. This aircraft didn't undergo any fundamental changes since its characteristics are very typical for its tier. The Arado 197's strong suit is its versatility. It shines as a multi-role aircraft. It is a Tier 4 biplane fighter with great manoeuvrability and powerful armament combining cannons and machine guns. Its speed is only slightly lower than most same-class monoplanes. All of that, along with good survivability, makes the Arado a great choice in dogfights, while 4 50-kilo bombs allow it to destroy ground targets effectively. Kochyerigin BSh-1. As with the Arado 197, this attack aircraft from the USSR hasn't seen significant changes. Within Tier 3, it is still one of the most effective aircraft. Even though the BSh-1 has low caliber armament that is less powerful than others for its tier, it has an excellent rate of fire and a long time to overheat. The machine is quite capable of standing up to any aerial threat. Good durability and a rear gunner enable it to deal a lot of damage to pursuing aircraft and survive attacks. The BSh-1 is easy to pilot and comes with a deadly arsenal of 8 50-kilo bombs, making it excellent at laying waste to ground targets. The forthcoming update will include a series of camouflage schemes from European countries that will make your aircraft stand out more and add historical flavour to them. The pack will include 12 paint schemes that are characteristic to 8 European air forces, from the 1930s such as the early I-16 fighters of the Spanish Republican Air Force, up to post-World War II years, for example the LA-5 from Czechoslovakia. Some countries will receive 2 camouflage schemes. For instance, France will get a scheme for the P-36 Hawk, dating from the Vichy government's actions in Africa. Also, the delivery of the legendary Normandy Niemann regiment from the Yak-3. Another option allows you to take the role of a fighter pilot, battling for the liberation of Poland while flying an appropriately decorated Mustang or Spitfire. The full list of countries and aircraft can be found on the developer's blog. The next major update will feature a whole set of changes to the damage model and shooting system. Our main goal was to increase gameplay variety in battles and, at the same time, make these in-game mechanics easier for players to understand. First and foremost, major changes will be made to the different types of forward-facing armaments. Machine guns, 20mm cannons and high-caliber cannons have all been changed to have more differentiation in their characteristic features. High-caliber cannons will be changed very significantly. They'll become a truly deadly weapon, capable of causing massive critical damage and in some cases, even destroying enemy aircraft with only a couple of hits. As for the damage model, it's literally being rebuilt from scratch. It will become more transparent and predictable, but at the same time, all the effects will be deeper and more varied. The key change in it will be related to the emphasis on critical damage. We want to shift the paradigm from simply whittling the enemy's hit points down to dealing critical damage to modules, which will change the aircraft's parameters significantly or even destroy it completely. We will also change the supplementary systems such as belts, consumables and equipment, information on the battle interface, aircraft and armament data displayed in the hangar. Shooting efficiency is a defining parameter for aircraft balance. Work we're doing will on one hand make all the aircraft far more different from each other, and on the other solve a lot of current problems. We will pay special attention to Tier 9 and 10 aircraft. Naturally, these changes won't be complete without support from our visual and audio teams. New sounds and effects are coming too. We're doing extensive work to create these, and I'm sure you'll like the results. To summarise, for the major update that will come after patch 1.8.3, you will see a whole new set of features related to new armament that will make battles more vivid, interesting and varied. Summer is hot, but it'd be cooler in the skies. Get airborne!